Hi, my name is Yaotl. I'm here with Iconogreg from Iconoclast, who just rocked the set here at Billiards in East Los Angeles.
Oh, just hey everybody. If you didn't make it, we'll see you next time, and thanks for your support.
Awesome. I have one quick question, or a couple. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm going off the dot. And first, I just want to say thank you for being a part of this movement. And I see so much people, young and old, that know of Iconoclast and know its message. And I know you personally speak towards animal liberation. And I wanted to know, over the years, how has that struggle, like how have you been able to keep up? Because you stay like just pushing it at every show, and in these lyrics, and then even on your Instagram, and I just, it's a lot of years of pushing that. And I know a lot of young punks get frustrated, and
struggle is not a straight line. It's a zigzag. Sometimes it's a circle. Sometimes it's completely the opposite direction. I think that because it's hard to hold on to things that wound you and hurt you, and hurt the world, and everyone has their own cause célèbre. So everyone has something that they're going through, and it could be mental illness, it could be body dysmorphia, it could be many other things. So everyone has their own personal struggle to go through, and I've internalized this struggle because since a child, seeing images of animal exploitation and then questioning my own participation in that. And there's been many moments and many years where I was not model in any of those activities. And you just kind of regroup and focus and then get back involved. And I think how you stay true to it, or how you stay motivated, is by participation. Through the animal liberation conferences, they say that veganism isn't the baseline, activism is a baseline. And I understand, because you have to get the message out there, but it also keeps you sharp. It keeps you engaged, because you continually see abuse, whether it's you're bearing witness to the Clarity pork factory, Farmer John factory. You go to the beef vigils, you go to any chicken vigils, you participate on any level. It keeps you sharp and focused, and ultimately it keeps you wounded, it keeps you hurting, and you can't quite give up on it, even though it crushes you at times. So I think that's the best thing. And for anyone that has any of their own struggles, their own personal struggles, just stay strong. It's not a straight line, it's a zigzag, and it's confusing at times, and oftentimes it's confusing. But don't make it self-inflicted. Just regroup, get your head straight, and move forward.
Awesome, beautiful words, beautiful words. I really see punk as therapeutic for a lot of the youngsters, and for that anger, that gets built up in all these conflicts that we go through. And I just wanted to know your critique on how punk has helped your life in maybe a therapeutic sense or a spiritual sense,
I think they're one and the same. I mean, I think that, quite frankly, I've always felt outside of everything. I've always felt awkward in my own skin. I've always felt awkward, even in these environments. I don't feel necessarily comfortable. I feel weird and not integrated with everything. I'm socially kind of, not that comfortable. I don't have a big network of people around me. It's a very, very small group, largely because that's the best I can manage. So I would like to think that punk is still the place for people that feel awkward, that don't feel the conformity of looking like a punk, whatever that happens to mean, I don't know. But it's about your awkwardness, your weirdness, and hopefully there's a safe haven in the punk community to express that, to be that. And that doesn't mean you have to be the most social person or the most integrated person, just be you. And hopefully that this movement is still a place that embraces that. You don't have to have spiked hair and leather jackets and all that. You can be anything, and it should be that way. And everyone expresses their individuality accordingly. So I think for me, there was no other choice. It was the movement for me. Everyone, you know, I'm going back many years. Everyone had their Beatle moment or their Rolling Stones moment. I had my punk movement moment, starting with the Sex Pistols way in the late 70s and Clash and everybody else. So I still feel it. I still feel it.
That's beautiful. Yeah, MTV. Sponsor the video. To add on to the history of Iconoclast, how did you find your voice for Iconoclast? Like when it first started, how did it come about? Like, you know, I always wanted to ask that question.
Well, it's interesting because the first time, for me, honestly, it's like, it's not Marvel Comics, it's not DC Comics. Musicians to me are superheroes. The people that, and it's still the thrill of hearing just someone playing a bar chord with distortion is still the best thing ever. And I always really admired that. Quite frankly, I idolized that when I was a kid. So the chance to start a band, and it took a long time. And the first time I ever held a microphone was the first practice we ever had. I had no ability, no capability, no anything. I just said, fuck, I'm compelled to do this. I have to do this. I have no talent, but I need to do this. So I grabbed it and just shouted into it, and it was liberation. And it was euphoric.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this interview, and bless you, man. Keep rocking. Keep rocking.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo!
The end.